This is a lot of stuff I'm putting out to you, the viewer. But I want you to know that if it doesn't make full sense to you, don't worry about that. I'm under the highest level of surveillance that you can possibly be under. And if they're going to surveil me, I want to make sure they get all the right information. You see? You understand? So if something sounds too complex or too jumbled, don't worry about it. I've prepared my entire life to do whatever I can with God's protection and guidance and commandment to go forth, to do what's right for our country, to expose these bastards. I used to think that you could do it through the court system. Half of the freaking judges, all right? I'll give you one example. Here, surveil this, FBI. I personally saw on the screen 11 child porn websites that are attributed to Chief Justice John Roberts, okay? And they tried to trick me into making a screenshot of it so that way I had verifiable proof. And that would have put me in jail. Thankfully, I had an attorney present that prohibited me from doing that. But guess what? That doesn't take away the fact that Chief Justice John Roberts gets his operational orders on child porn websites. And I will testify truthfully under oath. And I've already told a federal judge in a sworn affidavit that I have, basically, I know where all the evidence of this is. It's with the Central Intelligence Agency's Office of Inspector General. They have it in their possession. I swore under oath. Everything that I'm going to tell you, the American public, and you, the freaking useful idiot FBI agent that's surveilling me right now, you don't need to surveil me. Well, you can surveil me all you want, okay? You might learn something, all right? I'm not doing anything illegal. And the people that are contacting me are on the good side of things, and they're warning me about what you're doing. I already know this, and it's documented, by the way. We know how to document your criminality. You cannot stop what I'm about to do. Kamala Harris, if she is voted in, they're getting ready for it because you hear all the polls. It's close, it's close. Yeah, close as Lord Malik Brown wants it to be. Oh, who is Lord Malik Brown? Hey, FBI, why don't you go Google Lord Malik Brown? Why don't you do that, bitches, okay? Instead of surveilling Pete Santilli. Lord Malik Brown, who benefits from all the information that's coming out of Fort Washington, Maryland. Him too, right? Because Fort Washington, Maryland, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be used also to track all the voters that are going to be out there on Election Day. And they're going to track, and they're going to make sure it's neck and neck. It's a CIA Fort Washington, Maryland tactic, okay? They're going to track every single vote, and then they're going to call down to Runbeck. What is Runbeck? Oh, my goodness. I don't know. Why don't you go contact former state representative, former sheriff, top investigator, Mark Fincham. Go ask him what Runbeck is and what Runbeck is doing to print up ballots one at a time, as many as you need. Oh, we need 10,000 ballots so that we can beat. We already got your freaking scam nailed. We're going to be surveilling you. If you are not doing law enforcement on Election Day, you're going to jail. So instead of surveilling me, the law enforcer, yes, that's right. It's called obstruction of justice. That's not a conspiracy theory either, and I'll prove it to you. I'll prove it to you. Should Kamala Harris be pushed across the finish line, the day after the election, everything will blow up in your face, okay? You're not going to be able to get away with it. There is a team of people at the highest levels. And by the way, some of them are on the left. Some of them voted for, there's one guy at the highest level, he voted for Biden. And he's watching you, every move. And everything's being cataloged. We're literally watching you lead up to Election Day. And if you're involved in any way, shape, or form, including a postal service worker, and you don't come forward and expose crimes, you're going to jail. If anybody runs ballots on behalf of the post office, you're going to jail. Whether or not you know that you're in a conspiracy doesn't mean that your conduct is advancing the object of the conspiracy. You are a co-conspirator, whether or not you even knew that you were in one. If your conduct contributed to the overthrow of the United States of America, crimes against the USA, crimes against the American people, you're going to jail. Do you understand that? So you better come forth. Now, you're a law enforcement officer. You have a badge and a gun. You need to start enforcing the law. You need to know that the person in your cubicle to your left and the person in your cubicle to your right is breaking the law and surveilling you. And once you get onto it, you start Googling. If you Google Lord Malik Brown and ask him what he did on behalf of the Lucius Trust, what's that? Now, our viewing audience, it might be too much for them to handle, but it's not too much for you FBI agents that have been tasked with surveilling me. Go Google it, you frickin' scumbag. Huh? You useful idiot. You're being used. Google Lord Malik Brown, Smartmatic, Lucius Trust, chairman of the Open Society Foundation. Go Google that and tell me I'm a conspiracy theorist. Go ahead, do it. Nobody talks about it. They didn't talk about that at the debate. I would ask the question, as a matter of fact, can we redo the debate? President Trump, can I ask you a question? Do you know who Lord Malik Brown is? Oh, I'm glad you asked me that question. I do. President Trump, can you tell us what your opinion is about him running the voting machines worldwide, as well as the Lucius Trust, as well as George Soros's Open Society Foundation? Can you tell us about that? Well, I'm glad you asked that question. Let's talk about that. That bitch over at that podium over there that's getting all of her marching orders in her ear from her fake earrings from Barack Obama, she's covering up for the pedophiles. They have to be in office to rig the vote, to rig the federal judges that are seated, including Chief Justice John Roberts as one example. By the way, I have in my pocket, I can't show this to you. It's actually protected under state secrets privilege. Yeah, I can't show this to you. I've been read into it. But let me tell you what it is. John Roberts gets all of his operational orders from Fort Washington, Maryland on a child porn server. President Trump knows this. You know who else knows this? And President Trump, this is what I suggest you do. If you're hearing my voice, you know this, and I know you can't talk about it. Don't worry about it. I can. I'm a reporter. I'm a real journalist that has been on a 10-year investigation, and I'm about to freaking file my epic report on behalf of the United States of America. You're either with me or you shall perish in the fires of hell. This is what this is about. And by the way, I mean no harm to anybody. What I have is bigger than a freaking nuke. General Flynn knows that what I'm saying is true. And I'm going to say this to General Flynn right out in the public. You ready? General Flynn knows so much about the crimes that were perpetrated. And by the way, I love General Flynn. Don't get me wrong on this one. I don't want to speak to General Flynn about this. I want General Flynn to walk up to the stand with absolute immunity. That's it. I'm not a law enforcer. I'm not a judge. I'm just Pete Santilli with a whole bunch of information. Put this out to General Flynn. General Flynn won't be able to speak of this publicly. This is all I want. Give General Flynn immunity, right? So that you don't get him on the stand like you did last time and ask him questions where he raises his right hand and he doesn't have immunity and he has to plead the fifth. Because he knows about all of your child sex trafficking. He knows what's going on at Fort Washington, Maryland, and he can't talk about it. He's actually wrapped up like a mummy, just like President Trump. Shoot, I think the worst thing they did to President Trump, you know what they did to President Trump? The worst thing? They gave him a security clearance. Now he can't talk about shit. All he can talk about is cats. He can't talk about what he saw with Hillary Clinton's human trafficking network. You know why? Because it's top secret. But I don't think the cats were in there. to President Trump, hap tip to President Trump. Thanks for putting us down the cat rabbit hole, because guess where I'm going? I'm going to Hillary Clinton's Haitian child sacrifice network. Touchdown. General Flynn should be raising his right hand with immunity and swear to tell the whole truth. And if I'm misleading the public in any way, shape, or form, General Flynn, I give you permission to come get me, put me in shackles, send me to Pahrump. Yeah, lock me up. That's a disservice to the American public. If what I'm saying is anything close to conspiracy theory, all right, lock me up. I deserve to be off the streets, and do me a favor, do the same thing to the CIA people out there. Like if I'm telling the truth and you go to Fort Washington, Maryland, and you seize those servers of how they're going to rig the vote, how they communicate their operational orders, how they surveil corporate America and perpetrate insider trading, how they do. Go there, get those servers. And if what I'm saying is false, I want to be arrested. I will turn myself in. I will. Turn myself in. Swear to God. But if you go to the CIA's Office of Inspector General and you pull those 50, I think it was 47, there's only 47 there because there's 5 that are missing. And those are the ones that, by the way, we have a backup copy of. So you F with me. Those are going to blow up in your face. Those go to Netanyahu. All right? You ready? You want some of this? You want to surveil something, FBI? Make sure you transcribe everything. Don't take me out of context. Tell Stephen Myrie rules of completion. Make sure you open it all up, right? You can't just cherry pick what I'm saying there, Stephen Myrie, right? You think you can? Oh, that's another one. Michelle Fiore, there's a recent article. They're going after Michelle Fiore. Michelle Fiore, former state representative from Nevada. Former Las Vegas, what the frig? Las Vegas City Councilwoman. Seriously. Are you kidding me? Former Las Vegas City Councilwoman. She knows. She was a whistleblower. She knows that you're running drone strikes out of Nellis Air Force Base. That's why you got her wrapped up like a mummy. I can't even freaking talk to her, because you want everything under seal, and she's not allowed to say drone strike, We know how that works, Stephen Myrie. That'll come back to bite you, bastard. Mm-hmm. And by the way, bastard, if you're, afraid of that, as a multi-decade prosecutor, if you're afraid of that, you need to go get counseling, okay? Because you are a bastard. And you can't turn that into, oh my goodness, he's threatening me. No, you know what I'm promising you? That what you're doing to Michelle Fiore is about to burn you. Because that right there is going to cascade into Hillary Clinton going down for Haitian child sacrifice. All right? I'm going to give the FBI something to surveil. You guys ready? Are you guys ready? Write this down, FBI. Laura Silsby. Ooh. Laura Silsby. Ladies and gentlemen, if you heard that name, Laura Silsby, and you have no idea what I just said, don't worry about it. They do. They do. You better hide Laura Silsby real quick. Hide Laura Silsby, who is kidnapping Haitian children. They got caught. And she did a great job of covering up back then, but she's going to do an even better job of exposing your satanic cult. How about that? Laura Silsby. She's in Idaho. Anyone seen her? Huh? She's probably left Idaho. Laura Silsby, FBI, write that down, huh? Instead of going after sending 40, 50 FBI agents on Pete Santilli, okay, and Tom Renz. Can you imagine the FBI surveilling Tom Renz, who's exposing Big Pharma exposing the government for perpetrating a drone strike upon the American people, and they're surveilling Tom Rance. That's what your federal government is doing to you right now. Anybody trust these bastards until after Election Day? After Election Day, we watched the building empty at FBI headquarters. Gone. Boom. Shut it down. Kash Patel said he's going to shut it down and turn it into a museum. You're going to call your boss at the 7th floor, and it's going to say, we're sorry, your number's been temporarily disconnected. Don't blame me. Blame Kash Patel. We're coming after you bastards. If you are a federal agent and you are a useful idiot in charge of surveilling me, take really good notes and make sure you Google, all right? Because what I'm going to bring, I've been preparing for 10 years. You have probably not even been around that long, okay? You're a bunch of babies. I'm going to kick your ass. I'm going to bring you down. That's it. It's over. Get your affairs in order if you want to continue. Because, well, I don't know, we'll put money on your books. Give me your freaking, your freaking prisoner number over there in Pahrump. You're going to be in detention for a long time. We'll make sure we get you some soap, okay? And some chips, because the freaking bologna sucks. You're going to jail. You want to come get me now? I'll go bring in MRAP? Go ahead, I dare you. Then it really blows up. I'm your worst effing nightmare. Surveil that.
In 1776, the founders of this nation gave us something that had never existed before: a government by the people. We've had our ups and downs, learned and grew, and bled for freedom. Over time, we, the people, became distracted by the success that our hard-fought freedoms brought us, and bad people saw an opportunity. As we traded our birthright for cheap entertainment, our rights, our voice, and our power has been whittled away. Until now. Introducing Republic, an entirely new kind of social media. Republic focuses on local, giving activists, organizations, candidates, and small businesses the power to inform, organize, and act, all in a single place, enabling you to be the local hero your community desperately needs. No more covering up the truth. No more advertising-funded news. No more data mining. This is how we rebuild, rekindle, and restore our republic.
My fellow American patriots, I'm Colonel Douglas McGregor. By now, we should all know that as a talk show host, Pete Santilli has been fighting to defend our constitutional republic for over 13 years. As a U.S. Marine whose oath never expires, he's now calling upon you to do your part, to inform your community and step up as an American hero to help save our republic from being overtaken by communism. Join today and save 33% off your membership. Join now. Visit republic.us/Santilli. That's republic.us/Santilli.